What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be starting up the Pixel 5a 5G. Now, in previous videos, we unboxed the Pixel 5a 5G and installed a Spigen Tough Armor case. Now, this video is featured on the Google's Pixel playlist, so you can find information related to this topic quickly and easily. Today's video was filmed with the Google Pixel 5 and edited on the Google Pixelbook Go using the PowerDirector app from the Google Playstore. This allows us to put all the devices we review through real-world usage so you can see real-world results. As always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. Don't have time to watch the whole video? We're now a podcast you can find on multiple platforms by searching for Pixels Cracked. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you can find the more detailed video and YouTube channel by searching for Pixels Cracked as well. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the 5a 5G. Now we're going to walk through as much of the startup as possible so you can have an idea of what it's like to use this device for the first time. So we're going to turn the device on by pressing and holding on the power button for a few seconds. And that's going to bring up the Google logo, and then that's going to change into a G logo. Now here we get the famous Google animations, and this is just part of the experience, and then it brings us to the welcome screen. Now here you can choose your language, adjust vision settings, or perform an emergency call. But we want to set up this device, so we're going to tap on Start. Now this next page allows us to either insert our SIM card or download our SIM. Now for privacy reasons, I won't be displaying this in the video. Now I did download my eSIM, which required me to connect to my Wi-Fi network, and then once I've submitted that information, it brought me to the following screens that you see here. Now here you would confirm your network. Now once your network is confirmed, it would bring you to this next page where you can copy your apps and data. Now me personally, I like to start fresh every time I get a new phone. It's like a cleanse. So I'm going to tap on Don't Copy. Now that being said, I do use the previous phone as a reference, so that way I don't forget everything that I had on the previous phone, because a lot of times I do download stuff that I did have on the previous phone. Now this next screen here is where you would sign into your Google account. Now once you've logged into your Google account, the next few pages explain the services, and we're going to tap on More. Now once you've understood all the services, we can tap Accept. The next page is legal terms, and we're going to tap I accept. And now it's going to check for network info, and it's going to set up your phone. And now we're activated. Now as you can see, I use GoogleFi. I've been using it practically, I believe, on all my Pixels. It works really well, and I haven't had any major problems. Occasionally I'll go into an area where there isn't coverage, but that seems to be an area where I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Now this next page here is to set up your number. Now if you want to keep your current number, you're going to want to tap the first option, which is Move Number. Now if you don't want to use your current number, you're going to tap on Don't Move Number. Now for me, I do want to use my current number, so I'm going to tap on Move Number. And now we get another activating screen. And then this is just the welcome screen for GoogleFi. It tells you about calls and text and data. So we can go ahead and tap Next. Now while this is activating, again, I want to mention that I do have a Spigen Tough Armor case installed on this device, and it's in gunmetal. It looks really nice, fits really well. I also did install a screen protector, and all of this you can find on the Amazon storefront. I especially listed the screen protector because although I didn't do a review, I thought it was an amazing deal on Amazon. You got 3 screen protectors and 2 camera protectors and the regular wipes and the product information for $5.88. So make sure you go ahead and check out the Amazon storefront. I try to post things there that'll save people money, but that also look great and function well. So this next page here is going to allow us to set a screen lock, and obviously for security reasons, I'm not going to record this portion of the video. Now the next page here is to set up the Pixel imprint, and that's going to be the small circle on the back of the phone. It's a fingerprint scanner, and essentially this is saying you can use your fingerprint to unlock your phone or approve purchases. Now, the interesting part here is you would think your fingerprint would be more secure than a strong pattern or pin, but this is letting you know that it may not be. Now, I do want to set this up, so I'm going to tap on next. And then this lets us know to touch the sensor on the back of the phone. So I'm going to pick this phone up, and then I'm going to touch the sensor, and then we're going to remove our finger, and then we're going to put it in a slightly different position here. So I'm going to turn the phone as I'm doing this. This way we get several different scans here. So we're going to keep moving the phone around. There we go. And then it's going to let us know fingerprint added. Now I typically add my other finger because sometimes we're holding something in one hand, so we want to use the other hand. So we're going to tap add another, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Again, we're going to rotate the phone. I'm going to try to give some bad fingerprints here, or not really bad, but just not perfectly aligned. So you can see that's why we get that red message there sometimes. And then that's going to let us know that that fingerprint was added. So of course you can go ahead and add even more fingerprints, but I normally stop at the 2 pointers, so we're going to tap next. So the next page allows us to continue setup, or we can leave and get a reminder later. That reminder, from my experience, seems to be a bit annoying, so I'd recommend just completing the setup now, unless you're obviously tight on time or in a rush. Now we're going to continue setup, so I'm going to tap on continue. Now this next page allows you to set up your assistant with
Hey Google.
And we're going to actually give this a try, so I'm going to tap on I agree. Now obviously if you've already set it up before on another Android device, you'll probably get this message here, but if not, it would kind of do a thing similar to your fingerprint where you would say the OKG command several times and then it would save it. It would be basically your profile so that the assistant knows that it's you, it can recognize your voice, and then it can activate. So because mine is already ready to go, we're going to tap continue. Now the page before this would allow us to set up our payments if we want to make mobile payments in stores. Now it looks like mine was already set up because I'm thinking it's the fact that I had it on my previous phone. And then that brings us to this next page. Basically we have some other changes we can make, or we can find them later in the settings. So for the time being, I'm going to tap on no thanks. And then this next page here is just asking if you want more tips and tricks. Personally, I find these interesting, so I'm going to tap yes, I'm in. And I'm not sure I've seen this one before, but this is a page here. It's asking you if you want to have the dark theme or the light theme. It's letting you know that the dark theme is possibly going to save battery. That'll keep your device running longer. I think dark theme is also just easier on the eyes. You can see we have 2 examples here. And that light theme, you can see how it could be very direct. It stands out a lot. It's more bright. It's more work on your eyes. So I recommend the dark theme, and then we're going to tap next. And here we are at the main screen of the device. Now I'm going to say this isn't the most exciting wallpaper. I've seen better wallpapers on past Pixels, but this one is interesting. Now again, the Pixel 5a 5G, it comes in a color option, only one color option called mostly black. And it actually looks more of a green, depending on how you hold it, what surface it's placed on. This wallpaper is interesting because it's a greener wallpaper. It's kind of reflective of that color option for the phone. So I just thought that was interesting. But again, here we are at the main screen. Not much going on here. We can swipe up. We can see the apps that we have. We've got the apps at the bottom. We've got the Google Assistant. We've got the date and the weather up there. Looks like we're going into download in here. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for setup. You know, this isn't all that time consuming. And once I've edited the video, you can kind of get an idea of how long this actually takes just by looking at the video time here. But this device looks good. It seems to be very similar to other Pixels in regards to software, which makes sense. what you're getting with a Pixel device is that pure experience. It's cleaner. And again, this is like the iPhone of Android. So if you've never wanted to go to iPhone, but you want to have the closest iPhone experience, Google Pixel, that's where you'd want to be. And that's the Pixel 5a 5G startup. So that is it for today's video. Now, I will say I've got something exciting coming up here soon, and we're actually going to be recording it with the Pixel 5a 5G. Again, that allows us to put all the devices we review through real-world usage so you can see real-world results. This also allows us to test the camera on the Pixel 5a 5G. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the channel and podcast. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link found in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or I would like to buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can support us is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is just by clicking the subscribe or follow button. Now, liking and subscribing are important. Those are your ways to vote on whether you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.